Hello everyone, welcome back to a new Procreate tutorial. Today we're going to be creating this Hindu deity called Mahakala. So it'll be fun. Might have to break it up into two parts. I'm not sure yet. We'll just see how it goes. But all of the things that you will need to follow along with this tutorial is in the description below. It's as a free download. You'll be able to get the color palette, 2 sketches, and what else? Brushes that I use. There we go. The download is set up on Gumroad, and like I said before, it's a free download, although I've set it up where you're able to donate $1 or $2 if you enjoy the tutorials that I bring to you every week. So let's get started without any further ado. If you need to know how to load in the sketches and everything, I've made a separate video, and I'll link that above in you can click on that and go check that out. So, but let's get right into it. We're going to be starting with a very strange canvas size today. Click on your plus right here. Click on the little black folder right there. And we're going to be doing a 1,880 width by a 3,000. And then hit create. And there is your canvas. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is put in my reference photo. Again, if you need to know how to do that, I've made a separate video on how to do that. Okay, and the grid lines are set for 355 pixels, so we just 355, done, and there we go. All right, let's get started. So we're going to go ahead and do our sketch. I will provide you a pencil. These are the brushes I'll give you. We'll have a streamline brush, which is a monoline. We have a inking brush, which is the harder you push, the thicker the line is, so you can get those thick to thin lines. We got a paintbrush in case we want to paint some bigger areas, and then we have our sketch pencil, so we'll start off with it. So looking at our guide over here. So let's get this sketch in. And where should I start? Let me start down here at the bottom, I guess. So you can see your grid here. Now right there, and just kind of intersects it. Maybe like that. Okay, then we have this tooth thing coming about like that, and I'm gonna come up right through there. So basically, I'm just wanting to get my proportions right now. We can fix anything when we go into the inking process. It's gonna go about right there. Okay, then we have these couple of lines that just come straight down like this. And you can see I'm using my grid lines to know where to put these lines in at. Right, and another tooth. And I've got this photo zoomed in really far instead of having a smaller photo with a lot of detail. I just think it gives it a really cool look, and you'll see when we get to the final result what I mean by that. And this technique can be used on any kind of picture you like. I mean, even a picture of Tweety Bird or something like that. Just zoom in really close on his face and get a portion of it. You don't have to get the whole face. just enough that you'll know what it is, and it really gives it a really cool effect. So again, I'm just trying to get the proportions right here. Just sketch it in, and then we'll fix everything up when we ink it in. Okay. All right, and let's get this tusk over here. It's going to be coming up about right there and intersecting almost to about right there. Okay, and some teeth. Like that. And this is the tongue here. Then we have these kind of lines right there. Okay, let's work on this nose here. So we're gonna have it come down right here. Like that, and then something like that. Right, and then like a mustache or something maybe. Okay, and this nose is gonna come down to about right there. And then to about right there. Okay, looking good. We are maintaining the proportions, which is what I'm aiming for. Like the bottom of the eye, one eye, he's got 3 eyes. This one is gonna come about like that. Okay, I'm gonna get this line that's coming over the eye. Then it's gonna come up about right here. So I'm trying to see over here. It may be off the screen. Okay. This line. About like that. We get another eyeball. Intersecting up there. And then it's going to come down here and then join about right there. So kind of like this. And then the eyeball. About like that. Okay, and then let's get this other one, middle eyeball here. So we got coming down here. And then coming up over there, so about like that. Then we get another ring here in the middle. Maybe about like that. And then the eyeball. Something like that. All right, let's get these little details here. It's like a kind of an eyebrow. Oh, left my pencil down too long on the canvas, so it started to straighten it out. All right, and this is kind of wavy. Went out like that. Okay, we have these skull-looking things up here. So it looks like they have teeth, and then a nose here, and then maybe a hint. A hint at a bottom of an eye right here. Okay, and then over here, you got another one coming down right there. Some teeth. Here. Again with the teeth. And then we have one coming here. That's going out about right there. Okay, this one's going to show teeth. And it's also going to show a little bit of the nose. Like that. Okay, and then we have this little worm looking thing. Right there, and then we got another one right here. So I think that's gonna do it. I got this eyebrow right here. I forgot. And then maybe like that. Okay. I think I got maybe nose mustache over here. I think that's it. Yeah, looks good. All right, we're gonna go with that. So that is our sketch, and now I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of our reference photo over here because I don't need it anymore. So just turn that off, and probably don't need my drawing guide on anymore either because I've got the proportions right. So I'm gonna turn that off too, and it's just gonna leave me with the sketch. Now I'm gonna take the opacity, so click on the little N here. We're gonna take that down. And then next we're gonna create a new layer by clicking on the plus. I'm probably gonna drag it under. And just to be safe, I'm gonna go ahead and slide and lock that sketch layer so I don't accidentally draw on top of it. And then for the inker, that's the brush we're gonna use to be inking this in because I want the thick to thin, light touch, push harder, light touch. So you can see it's thick, thin, and then it gets thicker, and then it gets thin. You might want to take the size up on a little bit. Let's see that. There we go. That's better. So that's the kind of thing you want. So you're just going to have to practice with pushing harder and letting off. All right. Now, the key thing on this drawing will be that the line work is going to be really thick. And that is a kind of a trait in this type of art, which really makes it pop out at you when you use the colors. So we want to make sure that we have kind of thicker lines than normally. We don't want any lines like that. We want lines like that. Okay. Okay, so let's get started on this, and you can just kind of follow along and see mine. as I do it. So I'm going to start with these tusks right here. So about like that. Okay, down here. The tongue. That right there. I'm going to be moving this canvas around to make it easier for me. One thing about this brush is when you start out, you'll be pushing kind of soft. So you don't want it to do that. You don't want to thin and then get thicker, unless that's what you're going for. So it might be easier to start from the other side and start out thin and then start to push harder and then connect to it. So that way it'll make it look a little bit better. So same thing on there. And you want to make sure when it connects that it's even. You don't want it flaring out or flaring in. All right, and I'm going to continue this tusk type tooth. Make sure that those are not flared in. Kind of like that. Okay, that's good. All right, next we're going to get this tongue over here on this side. And then it's going to be thin to thick up here. All right, let's do from here. Well, it's going to connect right there. And then around the tusk here, or tooth, however you might call it. I don't like that. I want it to go thinner as it goes towards the point of the tooth. So start thin, thicker down here, and then thinner. I didn't like that curve right there either. Yeah, this one's being trouble. That's better. I can work with that. Okay, and then we'll do this tusk here. Thick. And then as they go off the side here to get thinner, this is going to be thick. And see this right here, we want to fix this where it is even. No flares, so fill that in right there. And then this is going to come off and get thinner here. So about like that. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's put the teeth in, I guess. So if I need to make these lines thicker later on, I can do that. So I'm just kind of getting them put in right now. That's good. And then the bottom of this mouth here, this whole thing is going to be kind of thick. So it's going to come in right here. Right there. And I'm just going to go ahead and color that in right there. So about like that. And then the top portion of this lip is going to be the same way. It's going to be really thick. So about like that. Okay, I like what we got. Okay, and let's do this nose. Each one of these little curves, I'm just going to make them separate. so we're able to control a little bit better. You can see like these things right here we can fix. It's really important when you do your line work that it's really pristine, because little mistakes they kind of stand out a lot, so you don't want that. Okay. Again here. This even. Then they can get thinner as it comes to the tip there. And then we don't want that right there, so we just go ahead and make that smooth. That's good. Okay, let's get the eye. I think that's good. That's the way I want it. I want this kind of thick up here. Okay. And then the eyeball. It's pretty much going to be kind of thin. Maybe like that. This you can do thin to thick. And this one here. I'm going to worry about this hair stuff later on because it's really fine detail. Let's do this eye. It's good, but I want to fix this where it connects, where it's kind of seamless. If you need to take your brush down to make it a little bit easier to work with, you can do that. Even those out. Okay, then the pupil. Like that. I'm going to bring my brush back up like it was. Okay, and pupil for him is going to be kind of like this. Just color that in. All right, what next? Top of this eye here. So it's going to connect with the top of the eye. And same thing over here. There we go. We want to make this a little bit more pronounced. So again, thicker. All right, let's get this eye in right here. It's going to be thinner on the bottom and thicker as we go to the top. I like that's good. I'd rather make it a little bit more ovalish. So here's what you could do. You could like just hold your pen down. That'll make it more symmetrical. And then we can fix this little flaring that we got going on right here. That'll be fine. Okay, and the pupil will be kind of like this. Right, it's going to come up and then have the circle and then go back down. So all this is going to be in black. Just about like that, and then a thick to thin here and maybe over here. Kind of like that. Right, what else here? Again, holding our pen down so it'll be a good oval, and then we can fix these little flared parts. Actually, it turned out very good. Let me try this again. Okay, that's good. All right, these... I don't think I'm going to do the eyelashes, kind of, I guess that's what that is right now. I'm going to get these skulls in, though. So we're going to do the teeth. And I'm doing kind of thick to thin as the tooth goes down. This part. And the hint of the eye right there. Same thing here. Right, and then the hint of the nose here. To fill that in. Some lines on the edge of that. All right, and this rope type thing. Just make it go off the edge. And we got one over here. Kind of make it look like a necklace, I guess. And it's going to disappear into that eyebrow or whatever that's going to be. Okay, let me see if I'm missing anything here. I think we're going to have another one of these chain or rope pearl necklace type things coming out over here. And what I can do is if I kind of draw a line and put it on a new layer, that way it'd be easy to erase, kind of get a signify of how the curve we want of this thing. So kind of like that. And then go back to my inking level here, and then I can follow this line. Kind of like that. And then I can just go ahead and delete that. You want to make sure all these things are closed, so when we go to color it in, it'll be a little bit easier to color everything in. All right, let's just put some accent lines now. So, and I'm going to thicken up some lines just around the drawing in general. And this is all going to be lost in shadow up here. So that's why I'm just going ahead and filling this all in. The back of the tongue we will not be able to see. This is all going to be in shadow. So all the way up to the teeth. Can fill all this in. Like that. Okay. I think to about right here. All this is going to be shrouded in black also. If I need to put some highlights on top of that, I can come back in and do that later. But having this base black layer is going to be important. All this down here. They're going to be in black. And then something like that. And down here over this side too. Oh, that corner right there. About like that. Maybe the edge right there. Okay, I like that. That's good. Look like we maybe can put some accent lines in this. I'm gonna keep them really thin. Just put them in like that. The same thing over here. Something like that. Make it look kind of interesting. Okay, and for the tusks here, I'm going to put some kind of broken lines. Going up like that. Okay, that's good. I'm going to do the same thing on this one right here. Maybe one right there. Kind of like that. That's good. Okay, this one right here. Maybe one more. That's good. Okay, then coming down from this one, break that one up a little bit. Kind of like that. Teeth too. So just some little accent lines. Like that. I like that. Okay, this top lip, we're going to do to simulate the curve of this. Put some lines in like that. Maybe like that. So again, just breaking this up a little bit. Now they're going to be curving the opposite way. Kind of like that. That looks good. Okay, for the nose here, these nostrils, let's see, we're going to have it kind of black like that. And then over here the same way. Maybe like that. Be careful, I don't want to connect this and this one together, so I want this separation. Then curve like that, and then maybe do something like that. So looks good. All right, and this line down the nose, this is going to be kind of thin right there. And then it's going to get thin to thicker up here. All right, and then let's do kind of the bulb of the nose. I don't like that. Maybe more like that. I think that's better. Okay, and then these. Fix this where it's curved more. All right, and then that one's going to connect, and maybe we'll have one more coming out right here. All right. They're held. Have a look. Yeah, I might leave that in right there. Okay, I like that. Okay, this is going to be kind of dark up here at the bridge, so I'm going to color all this in black. That's good, and then we'll do some thick to thins. Like that. It's good, not like that. Okay, and then these, we're going to continue kind of like that. Make it go into there. All right, I like that. I like the nose. It's looking good so far. Okay, let's do something with this line here. So let's do another one on top of it, which is thinner. And going to be coming up and connecting. Then maybe bring in another one like that. Okay. Right eye. Maybe like that. And then some. This is going to be dark. Maybe some thinner lines like that. That's fine, maybe. How about one here? Possibly. Might look good, and then I'm going to color all this in here. Okay. It's looking good. Same thing over here. Let's do something with this one. And maybe just connect it. And a thinner one right there. The corner of this eye is going to be dark. Kind of connecting it with that one. Let me see, and then maybe some thinner lines. Possibly like that. Might be okay. I could put another one down here. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm gonna leave it like that. Okay, and then showing the curve of the top of the nose. Can do this technique like we did on the top of the lip. So kind of like that. I don't want that to come through, so go ahead and erase that off. All right, and maybe some more like that. And then they're gonna start going up that way. Again, I went too far. Erase that, and I messed that up, so I'm gonna put that back in. Okay. What else? Maybe some half lines. Right there. And then as they're connecting up here, we can make them flare out some. I like that. All right. So in between, let's put some dark lines down here. We'll connect this to that. And we'll connect that to that. And then we'll start getting some thinner lines coming up. Maybe like that. Okay, and then we can have same thing over here. Connect that. Maybe like that. See, down here, I don't like this wide open space here, so maybe kind of fill that in some. And then maybe put a thin line to break that up. I like that. I really like that. That's turning out good. Okay, so what can we work on now? All right, I'm going to actually, from the bottom to the top to start off thin and then connect it thicker. like that. Have some lines going up there. Okay, that's good. This is going to be really thick. And then those are going to connect. And like that. Be dark up here. That didn't work out. I'm going to flare these out where they connect. That's good. All this is black. We'll make this more pronounced a little bit. And then this we can break up by putting in some lines. Like that. Okay, we are getting close to the end as far as the inking process goes. And as I said before, I said that I might have to break this up, and I think I am. This is going to go on too long if we go into the coloring next. So this is going to be part 1. And then we'll do the part 2 a little bit later. But I hope that you guys are creating something that you're really proud of. Me, I like what we've got so far. It's really looking cool. Really looking like tattoo art or something. Kind of break this up here a little bit. That didn't turn out. Let me erase a little bit of this. Let's see what I'm going for. So I want that in there, but I want these circles under them. Kind of like that. That's what I was looking for. All right. Okay, start hinting in some of these eyebrows or whatever they are. Just do them by little loops. Maybe like that. That's good. Okay, then over here. Maybe like that. Kind of little mustache. Maybe like that. Get some accent lines right here. All right, I think that is going to do it. So you can just work on this forever, never ending. If you just don't like, pick a point and say, okay, that's enough. So, but that's going to be our inking process. Then on part 2, we're going to go ahead and do the coloring and the shading and everything and give it all the details. But I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I really like how the inking process has come out. It looks really cool. We're going to do some really bold and saturated colors when we start coloring them in. Again, all of the things that you need to follow along with this is in the link below as a download. Free download, although you're able to donate some if you'd like to support the channel and to help me to bring more videos for you and to upgrade the equipment and make the videos better. So other than that, we'll see you on the next video. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Click the little bell icon to give you notifications of when I upload new videos. And with that, we'll see you again.